The Wind Polar Queen banner is here, and a lot of you might be wondering if she is worth summoning. Well, I was wondering the same thing, so I went ahead and built her somewhat. So, Tiana, we all know Tiana from the past Sky Arena. She was a pretty good unit. Pretty good as in she was the unit. If you didn't have her, you were pretty much screwed in Arena. So, you know, so I was wondering whether she is the same in this game or not. I just have her on full foresight because she's kind of a support unit. Her first skill is just regular basic skill, nothing crazy. Second skill is an AoE decrease ultimate gauge to the enemy summoner. So, pretty cheap. Once it's maxed out, multiplier is okay. Cooldown is really low. Mana cost really cheap. Decreases ultimate by 20%. The real skill that everybody wants her for, or at least the people who are pulling for, is her second skill, or third skill, I guess, which is the strip. So she, as you can imagine, strips just like she did in Sky Arena. However, in this game, she increases your ultimate gauge by 20%, and when it's maxed out, gives you 1 mana with a 50% rate. She also has an unblockable strip, so that's pretty crazy. She just removes the buffs. There's no ifs or buts about it. She just removes them. So, yeah, like I said, really tanky, or somewhat tanky. Her awakening is pretty low. But yeah, I wish I had her max skill though, so that I could do an actual review. But you know, I didn't really think she was that great. But since I built her and I started using her, I kind of realized, she's actually pretty good. So what I was doing is running Fire Kina because if you didn't know, this skill reduces cooldown effects of team members. So what I was doing, if I can run away real quick. Are they just gonna run back? No. Okay, so what I was doing is getting Tiana, Rikuni, and her. And my thoughts with this team is Rikuni will boost my skill regen up, and then I'll be able to use this skill more often. And then I can use Tiana's strip to give myself 1 mana, hopefully if it lands, and strip the enemy team, plus giving me ultimate at the same time. That's basically the team right there. You can see Rikuni stacked that twice. And then this is coming back pretty fast, and now I have the ultimate. And her ultimate is just basically a super strip. And then again, and then again. And you can see I've stacked 5 attack buffs already. So, it can get pretty crazy, especially if her mana thing happens every single time. It can get pretty crazy. And yeah, it's actually pretty cool. So, if you want to pull Tiana, I would say she's worth it. I'm gonna try her out in like 1 or 2 arena battles real quick if we can get anybody decent so I can show you guys a little bit better. There isn't really much to her. She just kind of she just strips, and this skill is just really good. This is why you would want to pull her. I'm sure you could build her as a damage dealer. This does decent damage. I had this rune set on her when I was testing her out, and she was doing pretty good damage. So, if you don't want her to just stand there, go ahead and throw some rage runes on there. This isn't available, so let's see if we can find somebody who isn't a tryhard. I'm pretty high in arena right now, so we probably won't find anybody, but this team seems decent because he will provide buffs. And you want to remove those buffs or else he's just going to revive the whole team. So let's see what we can do. My Tiana's not fully max skill though, so she's a bit inconsistent. I would say that that's probably one of the downfalls of Tiana, is that she, if you don't have her maxed out, she just doesn't do very well. Like I said, you see her stripping all that nasty stuff away. There goes Teor. Let's do Kina skill and strip all that. There we go. And then, like I said, this skill does decent damage. Can take his ultimate away. Kina for the revive. Strip all that. Oh, I didn't get to use the ultimate. And that should be it. Yep. So, as you can see, she's pretty good versus teams like this that buff. She doesn't do very much damage because I don't have her ruined as a damage dealer, but she can come in handy. I'm playing on my computer. Usually I play on my phone, so if I play awful like I just did, that's why. Alright guys, let's see if we can get a second match. And you can see, you guys buffs, strip them. Oh, Cliff is a good one to fight her with. If I can get my mana back, this is why I like running Raccoony with her. But watch this, boom, Cliff is dead. Speed up Theomar so he can shoot even faster. And yeah, so you know, if Cliff, ooh, look at that. Strip and then kill. Alright, so I think this guy would be a pretty good showcase of how to use her skill, since, you know, won't have a million monsters running around. So we're gonna target Cliff. And hopefully Theor can get him down. I'll switch to this though. You see Teor or Cliff has some buffs on him. Let's heal Teor. Look at that perfect strip right there. You can see she's actually pretty decent, pretty good. He doesn't have any buffs right now, this stupid auto thing. But we can get rid of all that. You can see Cliff has his he's gonna get his thing soon. Let's take that off. You can see it's pretty cool, even though it costs 4. Most of the time she does give you the resource back. And then let's take that off a Cliff. And boom. So I know this wasn't an actual fair match, but it was a very good match to showcase Tiana, because there isn't a million things running around the screen. And most of these guys are really try hard, and my Tiana is really inconsistent, so, you know, either way, what I'm trying to say is Tiana definitely worth pulling if you need a really good stripper. The only downside to her is that she is pretty unreliable without skill ups. I know it says 80%, and most of the time it does strip, but there are those times where it just, you can do it 3 times and they'll miss all 3 times. So, you know, if you actually want to use her, you want to make sure you have enough skill ups for her. Honestly, I would even say that if you pull any dupes, instead of awakening her to 15, I would skill her up first, and then once you get a reset stone, reset her once you have the devil mons to do it, because this skill is pretty important to have maxed out, not only for the ultimate gauge and the 1 mana, but just so she actually does what she's supposed to do. So, you know, Tiana, I would highly rate her. if you have some extra scrolls and maybe you have all 3 of the event units, maybe, give her a shot. Why not? So, with that said, I will leave you guys off here. If you guys did enjoy this video and it made you want to try out Tiana, then leave a like down below. Maybe leave a comment, and just maybe subscribe. Either way, I will catch you guys on the next video of Summoner's War Chronicles.